The Jordan 4 is one of the few Jordan brand sneakers that have stood the test of time and continue to be as popular as ever. And now we've gotten a very clean and one of the most wearable colorways to release. My name is Josh and I will be reviewing the Jordan 4 Black Canvas. So what is good, fam, and welcome back to all of my long-term viewers. And if this is your first time here, my name is Josh. I do sneaker reviews and all types of other sneaker content. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm dropping at least 3 videos a week. All the socials are over here, the TikTok, Instagram. Make sure you give me a follow. And for some good sneaker listening content, make sure you check out the podcast, the Kickback Sneaker Pod, available on all streaming platforms. Those links can be found down below. So let us get into this very anticipated release of the Jordan 4, the Black Canvas colorway. These released early here in Europe on September the 3rd, and it will be officially releasing in North America on October the 22nd for a retail price of $220 US. The retail price here in Europe, 220 euros. And the sneaker is a follow-up to a previously released sneaker this year, the Blank Canvas colorway. Both of these feature similar materials, but besides that, that's pretty much where the similarities end, because these, besides the colorway, obviously these are quite different. And speaking of the colorway, it simply couldn't get any cleaner, any more simple. Just your black and gray color blocking. You got some very slight hits of red on the tongue, but besides that, a very simple two-tone colorway. And fans of the Jordan 4 might be thinking these look kind of familiar, and that is because this colorway does look quite familiar to one of the most legendary Jordan 4s of all time, the M&M Carhartt 4s. And for those of you who haven't heard about that pair, just look it up on StockX and watch your jaw hit the floor. You could definitely argue that this Black Canvas colorway is the closest colorway we've seen to that one. And another very comparable shoe is one of my favorite pairs of 4s, the Bread 4s. Having both of these in hand, you can tell they do look almost identical, except for the slight hits of red you got going on this shoe. But if you missed out on those, if you also always wanted to cop yourself those M&M 4s, you can't really come much closer than these. Getting to the material, so let's start off with the mudguard. The mudguard is actually not done in canvas, it's done in a suede material, which is quite different from your Blank Canvas colorway, which was an all-over canvas. The rest of the shoe is done in a black colored canvas material, and honestly that material is really not one of my favorites to have on a sneaker because it does get dirty quite fast. So if you are gonna have canvas on a sneaker, I don't mind it being black because that does hide quite a bit of the dirt and makes it much more of a longer lasting shoe with not much maintenance required. And I have to say the canvas used on the shoe, it is quite thick, so that does come into play when we're talking about sizing. More on that later in the video. The wings and the cages of the shoe done both in black. As we move towards the back of the shoe, so this time you get a rubber heel tab with the Jumpman logo done in gray. The heel tab on the Blank Canvas pair was actually made out of canvas and the Jumpman was embroidered onto the shoe, but this time you get your standard rubber heel tab. Moving down to the midsole, you do have a slight hit of white there around the air bubble. And moving down to the outsole, that's where you get another hit of red there, as well as the Jumpman logo done in red. And I quite like the simplicity of that outsole, unlike the Blank Canvas colorway, which came with a paint splatter outsole. The laces of the shoe, we only get one pair of laces with this pair. It comes with these black laces, which is fine by me because I don't think I would throw on any other colorway of laces on these. You need the black ones with this pair in my opinion. One thing I did notice that's kind of different with the shoe is the shape, especially around the heel. You'll notice that the heel doesn't go straight up, it kind of leans in a little bit. Here I have the Bread 4s, which for me look much more straighter than these, which are definitely leaning in quite a lot more. Not a huge deal, but just something I noticed. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think about the colorway and materials used on this pair? Moving on to sizing. So luckily this Black Canvas pair came in men's sizing, unlike the women's sizing on the Blank Canvas. So I normally wear a US 11 in all my 4s. On these, I wasn't too sure because I know when it comes to canvas materials, they are quite thicker. So I wasn't too sure. I ended up getting both a size 11 and a 11.5. And on the 11s, I have to say they do fit me quite tight, as I expected with these materials, especially around the little toe area. I really felt it rubbing against the edge there. For me at least, it was honestly a bit too uncomfortable. When I tried the 11.5, from a width perspective, it fit fine. I didn't have that problem with my toes. However, there was slightly a bit more room in the toe area. So really it left me having to choose what did I mind less, the uncomfortable tightness of of the 11s or the extra bit of room on the 11.5s. And ultimately I did prefer going 11.5 in these. So my recommendation is actually to go half a size up, especially for the wide footers out there. You want to be sizing up. That was of course just my experience with this shoe. It might fit you a bit differently. Feel free to drop some comments down below letting us know how they fit on you. In my experience, sizing up was the move. And let's have a look at what these are going for right now on the resale market. So we're still almost 2 months away from a North American release, and currently prices aren't doing too bad. And honestly, a shoe like this, if you think about how wearable this is, and also thinking about how closely this resembles those M&M 4s, I think it's a pretty safe bet that these are probably going to start going up quite fast. One thing I noticed, at least here in my city, is that the resellers are after this pair. I saw on some local German websites, people are trying to buy as many pairs as possible in anticipation of the prices going up. So I do think if you guys are after this shoe, I would suggest copying it sooner than later while the prices are at this level. If you think about all of the other similar looking Jordan 4 colorways, like the Bread 4s, like the Black Cats, they do tend to go up quite a lot in price over time. So I would suggest copying sooner than later. As always, I will leave a StockX link in the description. Overall, the Jordan 4 Black Canvas, are these a cop or a drop? Although I'm not the biggest fan of the materials, and of course I would have preferred having a Nike Air logo on the back there, considering what the retail prices of this shoe. It's still really difficult for me to actually hate on this shoe because the colorway is just so nice. If you love 4s, you're gonna love this shoe because this can literally be your everyday pair. And at least the prices aren't too bad right now. So I do think overall, the Jordan 4 Black Canvas, these are a cop. As always though, let me know down in the comments, what did you guys think? And if you found this video useful and you haven't already subbed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, it really helps me out. Thank you guys so much as always for supporting the channel. I will catch you on the next video. Peace.